This is the Mid-American Conference on ESPN. And we swing you inside University at Buffalo Stadium here in Amherst, New York, on the campus of the University at Buffalo. Welcome to another afternoon of ESPN College Football. The Troy Trojans from the Sun Belt Conference are in town to tangle with the Buffalo Bulls. Great to see you, everybody. Delighted you're here. Michael Regai with my partner, the Super Bowl champion. Just a few days gone by, Gerard Cherry. All right, this one today is one that quarterback play is going to be very much at a premium and very important for both of these football teams. Now, if you're Troy, you're dealing with quarterback injury, and that got Goose Crowder out of this football game, so they've got to get themselves in a better position today.
They certainly do, and one of the things we appreciate about these outer conference games, Michael, is the fact that it's an opportunity for you to do what? Present to the bowl teams in this game why you should be out there playing in the bowl once the season is over with. But as far as Crowder's concerned, obviously they wish he was here, but what are they going to try to do today? They're going to try to prove that, one, Kilcrease as well as Uwe Ale can prove that two quarterbacks are better than one. It's a hard thing to do when you consider all the practice that goes into preparing, but certainly these guys are up for the task.
Buffalo's Taquan Roberson is coming off a 300-plus passing yard performance last week in the win over Kent State. He'd love to duplicate that today.
That's right. Taquan is trying to prove that, hey, I can get the job done, because one of the things you appreciate about Taquan is the fact that he is a dual threat quarterback. He can run effectively, he can pass effectively, and Michael, I think he has found a home where the Buffalo roam. And there's a game winner last week against Kent State, in which he once again showed up and showed out with his star receiver, Snow.
Yeah, so it should be a strong non-conference performance. Settle yourself in, enjoy it. Let's go as the Buffalo Bulls are going to get their hands on the football first, as the toss was won by Troy and they deferred. So Buffalo to get it first. Non-returnable as that kick goes into the end zone. So let's bring out the Buffalo Bulls offense. And as we just mentioned to you, that means Taquan Roberson. Roberson, a young man who had that 300-yard plus passing performance last week in that victory over Kent State. Important one, Gerard. I mean, they trailed until the final minute of the football game, and Roberson got him bailed out.
He certainly did, and that's one of the things you appreciate about Roberson is his never-die attitude and mentality.
Roberson looking to put it up. Just simply threw it away as that pressure came, as Troy got after Roberson there, as Stephen Catledge had the pressure from his linebacking spot. Let's take a look at impact players coming into this one. What do we have, Gerard?
Well, you have Jordan Stringer, who is the leading tackler for the Troy Trojans, and then Victor Snow is a big-time playmaker for the Buffalo Bulls at the receiver position.
So 2nd and 10 now for Taquan Roberson. He's going to fire that quick in route, and that's hauled in, going down to his knees to make that grab. That's Nick McMillan, young man from right here in Buffalo, New York. So McMillan on the catch. Let's give him 6, and we'll call that 3rd down now. 3rd down and 4 to keep this drive alive. First drive of the football game just underway. Buffalo back-to-back wins over St. Francis, and as we mentioned last week in the final minute comeback against Kent State. Roberson all kinds of time. Taquan Roberson now dumped it down and was able to hook up with Al-J. Henderson. That's a name you're going to hear about a lot today. Henderson probably going to get somewhere around 20 carries, Gerard, get him involved in the pass game.
That's right, and give some credit to this offensive line, because Roberson had all day to throw this football. Goes off schedule, finds this running back in the boundary area for the positive yards for a first down.
Lining up quickly. Roberson will gun that quick out, that wide receiver screen. He put it on Josiah Gathings. But Gathings, who began his career here in the Mid-American Conference at Akron before he went to UConn, got knocked down.
And great job of team defense on the part of the Trojans right there, of showing you how you rally to the football to bring down the run after catch receiver, because certainly that guy gets explosive once he gets the football in his hands.
2nd down and 11, first drive of the football game. Just underway out of UB Stadium. Roberson came underneath on that shallow crossing route. Going to bring up a 3rd down as Roberson was able to hook up with Josiah Gathings.
Right now we're seeing a lot of horizontal routes on the part of the Bulls. Nothing really vertical yet. This might be an opportunity right here with this down and distance for them to take a shot.
We'll see what Pete Lembo and his offensive coordinator, Dave Patnote, have in mind on this 3rd and short. Going to run the football, but look at Troy. Troy's got that stacked up on that defensive line. That looked like it was Donnie Smith. Let's see Smith, the bandit, number 22, Gerard.
Yeah, what I see is a stalemate, and that's always a good thing for a defensive front. When you're not getting pushed as an offensive lineman, you know you're not going to pick up those positive yards necessary to get the 1st down. Nice job again on the part of the defensive front for the Troy Trojans.
So Buffalo is going to punt the football. Peyton Higgins, the return man for Troy, standing at about his 8-yard line. Dylan Drennan to hit that and hang it high. Fair catch by Peyton Higgins. So we'll see this Troy offense for the first time today. And there's a good look at Tucker Kilcrease. So there he is. Now last week, just 10 of 29, Gerard, for 65 yards and a pick. So that's something that that head coach Jared Parker made very clear to us. And he believes they've got it in. Got to see the offense be more consistent, keep drives manufactured, and just give them a better opportunity to get ahead in football games. Going to run the football on this first carry of the afternoon, and that is Tay Meadows. Meadows, a sturdy 200-pound junior. He's an every down back, Gerard, that as you see right there. He's going to run tackle to hack tackle and go downhill quite a bit.
Yeah, his calling card is that he refuses to go down. Once you make contact with him, do not think he's going to slow down and stop. He will keep churning and burning those legs.
On 2nd and 3 now. Kilcrease under pressure. That football came out as Kilcrease was looking to put it up. It appeared that it was Red Murdoch. Murdoch had the pressure on Tucker Kilcrease, this junior quarterback for Troy.
And the situation right there where Red does a great job of getting pressure on Kilcrease. And what Kilcrease wants to do is not allow Murdoch to get that close in his proximity. He wants to get rid of that football much faster with his decision making.
A big play early on for both this Troy offense and, of course, the Buffalo D. This is 3rd and 8. And that line to make is up near the 18-yard line. 5 wideouts. Empty look here for Tucker Kilcrease, the veteran QB. Going to throw that bubble, that wide receiver screen, and Buffalo was having none of it. They were all over that. Coming up from that Buffalo secondary, that's Solomon Brown, the transfer from the Minnesota Gophers program. Real strong play and hit.
Yes, it was. And right now we're seeing a defensive battle ensue in that both defenses play a 3-and-out scenario in which they are able to be effective in getting the offenses off the football field. So now this punt will give the Bulls excellent field position if it's fielded in this 40 to 50-yard area.
So Evan Crenshaw trying to hang that high. Got a real good roll for the Troy Trojans. As backing out of there was Victor Snow, and that got a great roll there. So Buffalo with their hands on the football for the 2nd time. We're in the early going. Nothing on the board yet here in Amherst, New York. Just underway. Each football team has had an opportunity with the football. All right, we take a look at our college football rankings here, and this is week number 4, and the top 2 squads of the Big Ten aren't playing today. Both Ohio State and Penn State are idle. There you see a couple: Oregon, Oregon State, Florida State, Kent State. Florida State with a 7-0 lead on the Kent State Golden Flashes from the MAC. Right here, second opportunity for quarterback Taquan Roberson. Oh, he's going to unload. Throwing that home run ball, and it is caught. That wind affected that. That catch was made. It looked like, was that Josiah Gathings? It was. Gathings, the young man who transferred, started his career at Akron in the MAC, then went to UConn. Big play.
That's right. They said, we're going to abandon this horizontal play and go vertical.
Roberson will gun that in route, and that is hauled in. So Roberson on time with 2 throws, as that is caught by Victor Snow. Going quickly, this Pete Lembo Buffalo offense moving the football.
And being aggressive.
Now the ground game. A couple of yards off that left side for L.J. Henderson. Henderson on the carry. Jordan Stringer on that stop for Troy. Keep an eye on Stringer today. He is an outstanding linebacker. Extremely good tackler, you know, savvy veteran. Really leads his defense.
Yeah, unanimous vote for him to be the team captain as well.
2nd down and 9 now. Going to run that RPO game and run the football. That's L.J. Henderson again. Henderson last week, 15 carries for 75 yards and a touchdown in that win over Kent State.
Yeah, and he's one of those backs that as time goes on through the course of the game, he starts to get that sense of feel, and you can just feel that he's a step away from breaking one. But right now, the Troy Trojans are doing a good job of containing him because he really hasn't gotten loose yet.
So the more you give him the football,
yes,
as the game wears on, the more he gets lathered up.
Exactly.
And starts being real productive for you.
You have to feed him.
Yep, there you go. Now Roberson. Again, L.J. Henderson broke a tackle inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line. Right on time, Gerard Cherry.
Exactly. So much of football is feel and level of comfort, and what we're starting to see is that Henderson is getting comfortable. Nice read right there, cuts it inside and then back in and then out, and then picks up positive yards for a big first down.
1st and goal now for the Buffalo Bulls is L.J. Henderson. This 215-pound senior out of the state of New Jersey, showing you why he's one of the elite running backs in college football. On 1st and goal, stay on the ground. Trying to power behind the left side of that O-line, but Henderson did not get in. As Henderson came up, we'll see where they spot that. Probably inside the 1.
Yeah, nice push on the part of the offensive line, but the Trojans did just enough to keep Henderson from getting to the end zone.
James McNeil onto the football field now. McNeil, one of the backups behind L.J. Henderson. So they're going to run out of that eye. They went to the up man.
A quick hit.
McNeil got the football. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. So James McNeil comes in. You think he's going to put the pads to block for L.J. Henderson. They gave him the football.
Oh, I love the play call because it's all about timing. You're in a situation here where you're saying, okay, let's not allow this defense to get penetration. So how can we negate that? Well, you can do that by handing off to what we call traditionally the fullback, in which McNeil was playing that, though he is a halfback.
Yeah, you saw that look at Pete Lembo, the head coach. He said, you know, we've got 12 opportunities, told us this week, Gerard. We've got 12 opportunities that we're guaranteed, and every one of them are vital. As adding that PAT for the Buffalo Bulls, Jack Howes. Touchdown runner James McNeil. But throwing the football was big for Taquan Roberson to start that drive. And then the TD from James McNeil. Loving it here at UB Stadium are those that cully their favor for the Buffalo Bulls. They got a 7-0 lead on that James McNeil touchdown drive. So Troy to get their hands back on the football for the second time today is Peyton Higgins, but that kick came up very, very short, and Troy is on it. Good operating position at the 34-yard line to start this drive. Pete Lembo, the head football coach of the Buffalo Bulls, and what a phenomenal job he's done. Of course, we first got very familiar with Pete Lembo at Ball State in the Mid-American Conference. Now in his second season, he's 11-5 coming into today, and one of the very, very best head football coaches in the game. Program builds, recruits well, doing a terrific job. All right, the second drive for Troy, and they're going to run the football. As on that carry again, Tay Meadows. Meadows, very sturdy, 200-pound junior back out of Roanoke in the state of Alabama. And again, he's a downhill guy, Gerard. Yeah,
whenever you can amass 4 yards on the carry, put yourself in a positive situation on first down, that's going to help the cause and open up this offense for the Trojans.
So Tucker Kilcrease, after getting 4 in that run play, looking at 2nd and 6 off that quick play action. Look out, he got belted from that backside. Coming up on that Buffalo Bulls hit was a junior Poyser. Poyser, a young man with his second quarterback hit of the year.
And once again, a situation where Kilcrease needs to get rid of the football much faster. You cannot hold on to it. The throw is there. Throw it. You cannot hold on to that football, because if you do, that alarm's going to go off and they're going to sack you.
3 receivers all at the top of your screen, the top of this formation. Big play here. This is 3rd and 8 for quarterback Tucker Kilcrease and Troy. Got to step up in the pocket. Just nothing there. Boy, that Buffalo front 4, Gerard, they are causing havoc early on. as in on that hit for the Buffalo Bulls was Kobe Stewart. He came off that edge and made that first hit.
Right, and this is the part that's disheartening for the Trojans in that you have 4 guys versus 5, and who wins? Obviously, the guys in the black shirts with that sack.
The very demonstrative Kobe Stewart.
Yeah, and be careful with that. When you're in the pros, Kobe, that's going to get you fined.
Letting everybody know there. That boot will hang high to the 20-yard line. Not a lot of operating room there for Bulls return man, Victor Snow. All right, 7-0 Buffalo. They got their hands on the football again. When we take a look at this third down play where Kobe Stewart and Devin Morgan combined to put the hit on Tucker Kilcrease. Big third down sack for the Buffalo Bulls, Gerard.
It certainly was, Michael, and it's never a good situation when you have 4 versus 5 and the 4 guys win. Does not bode well again for the Trojans. You have to get great protection for your quarterback, and that cannot be a common occurrence with Kilcrease going down for a sack.
Yeah,
that's 4 or 5 scenario.
Yep, and there you saw it. Now whistles as we get this first down snap before it got started. It's going to cost Buffalo 5 for that that false start.
First down.
And these are the things that Coach Limbo wants to clean up so that he can take that next step and play a better brand of clean football, because again, 1st and 15 makes it very predictable on the offensive side of the ball what you want to do, and more than likely going to pass in this scenario.
That's what Buffalo's looking at here, as that 5 now pushes them back to the 15-yard line. Roberson gets the football out of his hands quickly, but over there on that Troy sideline, they love it. Is coming up in on that hit from that defensive secondary for Troy, Devin Lafayette. We remember him from the MAC, Gerard. He was a will linebacker, remember, at Northern Illinois.
Yes, and he was known for bringing the pain there as well.
Yeah, many of the defensive coaches of Troy told us that he's the best player on the field most times out for this Troy Trojan defensive unit. Now Roberson's going to take a shot again.
Oh!
Got what he wanted. And, oh, that is 6. If that is hauled in by Nick McMillan. McMillan was on a fast track to the end zone. Got to catch a football first, though.
And, Nick, that will cause you to get switched from a receiver to a DB. You have to catch this pass right here because it's a nice shot. The wind is not affecting the pass, and that is a perfect pass on the part of Roberson. McMillan, you have to catch that. Now, he's blaming his face mask, and you can't see in the glare and all that, but you have to catch that football.
Yeah, McMillan will want that back. Always a swirling breeze.
No excuses there.
We've been calling games here for over 30 years. Always a swirling breeze. However, McMillan wants that back. Pressure on Roberson. That check down. He put it in the hands of one of the best in college football, L.J. Henderson. Not only a strong runner, Gerard, but we've seen the last couple of years he's elevating his game as a pass receiver out of the backfield.
Right, and what you appreciate is that the ball's not perfectly placed in his hands, so he does an athletic play, tips it to himself, grabs it, and has the presence of mind to do what he does best, which is run with the football in his hand and picks up the first down.
Big conversion there.
That was huge.
Yep, for Taquan Roberson and L.J. Henderson, 220-pound senior out of the state of New Jersey. Motion now from Victor Snow. Stay in the ground game. Excellent ball fake and keeping the football. Taquan Roberson.
We advertised him as a dual threat quarterback, and you saw it on display right there. That was a really nifty run on his part because you're thinking to yourself, okay, he's going to get tackled for a loss in the backfield, but no. Makes a nice side move, gets to the boundary area, and shows you his speed to pick up positive yards.
Gerard, it's almost like a point guard in hoops, right? Ball handling now. And the ability to sometimes disguise it, right, is very, very strong for quarterbacks. We'll enhance that as we go along today. L.J. Henderson with a short gain there. That's Luis Medina, 305-pound senior out of the state of Georgia. Started his career at UT Chattanooga on that hit.
Wearing number 1.
How about that for a D tackle? As in, we don't see that too often.
No, we do not.
Yeah. A 3rd down and 3.
But he's letting you know how he feels about himself.
Yeah, for sure. Long snap count for Taquan Roberson. A lot of time. Now that pocket will break down, and Roberson's just got to throw the football away. It's surprising that Roberson, who loves to use his legs, did not see there wasn't a whole lot there and get out of that pocket quicker.
Right, he was committed to the vertical passing game right there, and that was a situation where you want to see him operate off schedule because, as you see, there is protection, but another one's getting open due to the great job on the part of the Trojans in the secondary of creating that scenario to where he had nowhere to go. But we would like to see Roberson in that situation expand his horizons, roll out, do something off schedule to make a play.
Maybe the offensive coaches might talk to him about that. Look at that wind knocked that football down a little bit. As the punt returner, Peyton Higgins, wanted no part of it very wisely. And 7-0 Buffalo lead in the late stages of quarter number 1. It's going to get Tucker Kilcrease and the Troy offense back on the football field. And Gerard, their first 2 series of downs, quite honestly, hasn't produced much against this very stout Buffalo D.
No, it has not. And I wonder if the wind factors in as far as them having issues with passing football, but also give credit to this defensive front for Buffalo in that they are applying pressure.
Yeah, just 6 plays in the first 2 3-and-outs. Kilcrease trying to get to the edge, but just nothing there as Kilcrease was taken down. Was that Deion Crawford? It was. Deion Crawford, really like him. And Gerard, the defensive coaches told us this week they're going to start using him more on the edge. Normally a will linebacker but on the edge much more now.
Right, they appreciate the fact that he's so athletic and that he brings speed and power to the game and that he can apply the pressure on the QB.
2nd down and 8. Back to that ground game, trying to get something going with that quick hitter up the middle. There's not much there on that carry. Was Jordan Lovett. So there's Lovett, who wears number 1, his first carry of the day. Now he's got elite speed.
Yes.
Does Jordan Lovett. So, you know, we'll see if Troy is able to get advantageous opportunities for him to showcase that.
Yeah, certainly, but it all starts up front with that offensive line, giving him the lanes to show that elite speed.
Final 20 seconds of this opening quarter. This is 3rd and 4. Gunning that quick in route. And that is hauled in as Tucker Gilcrease put it on Peyton Higgins. Higgins made the grab. And it's probably the final snap and play of this opening quarter. Yep, that is going to be the case. All right, 15 minutes in the books as the Buffalo Bulls, with that touchdown, have the 7-0 lead and a running TD from James McNeil. 2nd quarter coming up next here at UB Stadium, where all the excitement and energy is going on here in Amherst, New York. 7-0 Buffalo. Great to have you with us at UB Stadium here on the campus of the University at Buffalo. The homestanding Bulls with a 7-0 lead over the Troy Trojans from the Sun Belt Conference. So Troy with the football and trying to get their RPO game going. like the running game for Troy, excuse me. That carry came from Jordan Lovett there. Got 5, bring up a 2nd down and 5. Tucker Kilcrease now going to run that option on that late pitch. Lovett's got a 1st down and about 4 yards more than that. So running that read option and then that late pitch.
Yeah, there was more in that play for Lovett. It's a situation right there where there's no one in the boundary area to slow him down. Keep going. Be more definitive with your turn of your shoulders up the field and going straight ahead.
So picking up that initial 1st down on this drive of the afternoon for the Troy Trojans. Kilcrease got popped out of that pocket and now did a real nice job to stay upright as he took a hit. Football thrown away, and now we've got some extracurriculars over there, and it's probably going to cost the Buffalo Bulls and Deion Crawford.
Yeah, because they always see the second guy, and Crawford's upset at the fact that he got hit.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 22, 15-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Well, they got Tay Meadows, the running back there.
Right here on the
with that late hit, huh?
Yeah, well, right here you see the little push right there. Unnecessary extracurricular activity. Get in the face of your opponent, and that will get you a flag.
Well, we kind of thought it was going to go on Deion Crawford, the Buffalo linebacker, who, again, was the 2nd one to make contact after the whistle.
Yeah, Bulls surrounded by a sea of Trojans. Think he would be the one causing the problems, but no, he was the one who was victimized.
He's going to back it up now. It's called 2nd and 25. The line to make is way down at the 41-yard line. What a run game, and bouncing off tackles to pick up a few again on that run for Trey Taylor. Taylor's normally a wide receiver. Let's go back and look at this, Gerard.
Now you see right there, he gets pushed. That is Crowder by Meadows, and then he has something to say to Meadows, that is Crawford. And then Crawford says something that must have really been egregious because the official threw the flag.
This is 3rd down and 18 now. Needing a big one. Gunning that quick out. Kilcrease put it on receiver Peyton Higgins, who made the grab. Well short of the 1st down, and they're going to have to punt the football away yet once again.
And well done by the Buffalo Bulls in that scenario. You want to have everything caught in front of you. Do not allow any of the receivers get behind the defenders. And they did a great job on the part of the Bulls secondary and defensive front of getting pressure as well as keeping everyone in front rallying to the football for the tackle. Bring the punting unit on.
So punting the football away will be once again Evan Crenshaw. Crenshaw lines up to the left, and we got flags, whistles, movement before the snap. Probably going to cost Troy 5 more.
Snap infraction, offense, number 87, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So line it up and with your punt cover team, and hopefully it brings better results for the Troy Trojans. That's Evan Crenshaw, the redshirt junior from the state of Florida, the punter. He started his career at Coastal Carolina. On that line drive, Boots. Well, he got a good roll out of that at the 4-yard line. It had a real good shot of bouncing out of bounds at about the 25, but Gerard took a quick right turn and hugged that sideline and stayed in bounds.
Yeah, very, very good job on the part of the Trojans of being very lucky with that punt, because that gives them a situation where they're now going to pin the Bulls back against that end zone. But yeah, you appreciate those type of punts where you're saying to yourself, okay, can we get that bounce? And they certainly get that bounce. And you're thinking, okay, it's going to be out around the 25, but it just keeps rolling, rolling, rolling. And finally it stops.
Yeah, so that quick right turn. Had it gone even a yard to the left, would have been out of bounds, as you said, near the 25-yard line. So backed up are the Buffalo Bulls in that 1st down carry. Not much there. maybe a yard or so as L.J. Henderson on the carry. Henderson ran into that entire front four of the Troy Trojans.
And we saw in the first quarter that the Bulls were being much more aggressive with their passing, but we wonder right now if the wind is a factor in them not being more vertical in their approach.
Yeah, this wind, this breeze is up near 25 miles per hour. And right now it's kind of angling into the faces of this Buffalo Bulls offense. On 2nd and 9, stay with the ground game, trying to funnel out a couple of yards off the left side. Again, L.J. Henderson. Again, if you're not familiar with L.J., he's one of the top backs, sort of the Mid-American Conference, Gerard. We're maybe a little partial. He's one of the top backs in the nation. Durable rather, sturdy. Put the S there instead of the D.
Yeah, he'll put the shoulder into you.
Yes, he will. 3rd down and 5 now. That line to make is up near the 15-yard line for quarterback Taquan Roberson. 6th year senior now. 4th program he's played in his college days. Roberson to put it up. And a fire that deep out. And it got through the hands of his intended receiver. As that's going to be a 3 and out for the Buffalo Bulls, as Roberson was looking to hook up with Chance Morrow, and Buffalo is going to have to kick the football away out of their own end zone.
Yeah, Roberson is very fortunate that pick was not a pick and intercepted on the part of the Trojans, because that was a cover 2 situation where the safety is over top and ready to make a play on the ball.
Dylan Drennan is going to hit this one from about the goal line. Look at that line drive shot. And hauling that in without stepping out of bounds and then taking a major shot was Peyton Higgins. We heard the pads popping up here. Higgins, he looked like a center fielder, made the over the shoulder grab and then paid for it as he got belted. All right, early 2nd quarter, Buffalo's got a 7-0 lead when we get you back to UB Stadium. All right, here's what's coming up next Saturday on the ESPN Family of Networks here on ESPN Plus. A couple of conference games there. You see upper left, Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan in Mount Pleasant. Those two get together, always bad intentions. And down at the bottom, Albion Toledo, as the Akron Zips come into town to tangle with the ultra-talented Toledo Rockets. and the others all next week here on ESPN+. So Troy with the football, down 7-0 as we begin quarter number 2. And they're going to start with a run game as on that first down carry for Troy was Tay Meadows. Now, we notice that Tucker Gilchrist is no longer in the football game. So Troy is now going to Uwe Ale, Gerard, a 210-pound junior. Uwe Ale, quarterbacking Troy. I'll bring the gadget play out and ran that inside reverse. And that is the best gain of the afternoon. Mojo Dortch on the carry. And yep, that's not a nickname. Mojo, M-O-J-O.
And Mojo showing some mojo right there as he picks up positive yards for the first down. And Uwe Ale showing that, hey, when I come into the game, expect something special to happen. That's just what occurred.
So racking up that first down, and now in Buffalo territory for the first time today. That's a good ball there as gunning that throw. Uwe Ale made that throw, and on that grab was one of the backup running backs. Was Ra Thomas who made the catch. Check that. Thomas is a wide receiver. So we got Mojo Dortch. We got Ra Thomas. That offensive side of the football, they're winning the name game today, Gerard. And now back to running the football as on that carry, Jordan Lovett.
Well, Uwe keeps playing like that, he's going to find himself on the football field more often than not, because that was an excellent throw on his part, and then you come back with a nice positive run. So right now we're seeing this Trojans offense on the march.
Yeah, so head coach Jared Parker not wasting any time. So what, Tucker Gilchrist 3 series, didn't move the football at all?
Not at all.
And got the left-hander up on the bullpen, huh? Did Coach Parker. Back to the ground game. Maybe a couple off the right side for
And actually, Uwe
Troy
wants to keep that right there, because that was a situation where if you have the defensive end pinning down, that your read for that is to keep the football and go outside with it, because there was no one there. So that's one of those situations where having a 2-quarterback system can impact you in an adverse way, because he's simply put not used to making that read in live action.
Good look at Jared Parker. Gerard and I really liked our conversation with him. A very enthusiastic young head football coach, but quite honestly, he told it like it was, like it is.
That's right.
This week, he said, you know, we got to play much better. And of course, this was after the 28-7 loss to Memphis last week.
It certainly brings intensity to the conversation, be it on the football field or in a meeting. Very impressed with Coach and what he had to say about his football team.
So red zone time now, and move the sticks for the Troy Trojans from the 19-yard line. For quarterback Uwe Ale, and stay with that ground game. And that again on the carries, Tay Meadows, very again, we mentioned the first time, but we'll do it again. A downhill runner. You're mostly going to see him running tackle to tackle. And Gerard had 77 yards on the ground rushing in the opener this year a couple of weeks ago, or excuse me, yeah, 2 weeks ago, second game of the year at Clemson.
Yeah, and you saw on that run is that he's not going to go down with initial contact. He's going to keep moving.
Second down at 4. Now firing that in route is the left-hander Uwe Ale, and that was broken up. We get a flag there. The throw was intended for Ra Thomas. Contact, although right now the officiating crew is talking about it. Our white hat today, our game referee is Rick Warney.
There's no foul for pass interference. The ball was tipped. Third down.
So when there was the call from the white hat today, again, our referee, Rick Warney.
Here's the key right here. You see the tip right there that throws it off, because as a former DB, I always say to myself, where are the flags? Where are the flags? And one did eventually come out. As you see right here, there's a little bit of a tip action right there to prevent the pass interference call from actually being a call, because the rules are, once it's tipped, you have free reign on the receiver and the ball.
Right on the move of the Troy Trojans, yeah. As, now that left-hander making that throw, Ale, and now we got another flag that has been thrown. Ale hooked up. Was that DJ Epps? I think it was. Yeah, DJ Epps, the 185-pound junior, made that grab. But wait a minute. Let us see what becomes of that after the flag throw.
Interference. Offense. Number 0. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Third down.
As around our field mic picked up DJ Epps just saying, hey, they were grabbing me.
Yeah, Roman Mothershed did not like that call right there.
Yeah.
As he lamented, hey, they grabbed me, and now you're in a situation where you don't want to go back, but you want to obviously go forward. And here's where we call a rub route situation. You can't literally grab the defender and run him into another guy. They're going to call that all day, because you're doing what? Preventing the other defensive player from having an opportunity to compete on the play.
A completed pass to DJ Epps, wiped off the books. 3rd and 19. Gonna run that quick inside route. Football came out. Buffalo says it's out after the catch. We'll wait and see. No signal from the officiating crew as of yet. Flags flying. Buffalo says they have the football after that catch from Trey Taylor. But again, we got to wait until we see what the man with the white hat, Rick Warney, has to say.
You see Trey Taylor's in traffic, and
the ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 0, and unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, number 8. Those fouls cancel. First down, Buffalo.
And Mothershed needs to do a better job of getting his composure, Michael, in that's 2 penalties, back-to-back situations. I understand that you're frustrated from the previous play, but you have to move on and not let that hold you back from being effective for your football team. And far as Taylor's concerned, when you're an undersized individual like that, be careful running in traffic.
You saw Roman Weathershed, the Buffalo wide receiver there. All right, we'll kind of delve into that a little more when we get back. Buffalo's football, Bulls have a 7-0 lead. hard with you standing next to me. Jared Parker, the young head football coach of the Troy Trojans, and watch his football team, Gerard, on the move, had their first significant drive of the afternoon. They gave the football up.
That's right, and credit Red Murdoch for the strip and getting that ball out of the hands of Taylor.
Now, as we come back live, that Troy D all over Taquan Roberson. Roberson kept the football and ran into a whole host of white-shirted Troy Trojans. Loss of 2, 2nd down and 12. The first one there was Jamal Williams. Now unloading deep is Taquan Roberson. He put it on a wide receiver for the 2nd time today, and Nick McMullen is having trouble putting the football away today.
Certainly, and it's a situation where Roberson will be well over 100 yards passing if his receivers will do what? Simply catch the football. Nice pass, accurate throw, on the money. You're a scholarship athlete. If it hits your hands, you have to catch the ball. And once again, deep pass, not made with a connection due to the fact of a drop.
I always love when you add, you're a scholarship athlete.
No, that wasn't a walk-on.
Well, there's something that goes with that, as in making plays. Same play, it looks like. This time, though, Taquan Roberson was intended there for Nick McMillan, who had the drop in the first. Now, who's this? This one was intended for. I was trying to see late who was in that. Well, McMillan again.
And what you want to see him do is put it more towards him, not necessarily on the sideline, but that was still a catchable football on the part of what Roberson throw. He and McMillan have to obviously do a better job of connecting.
Dylan Drennan, the Buffalo punter, will hang that high from about the 5. No fair catch at all for Peyton Higgins. I can tell Higgins is one of those guys that says, I'm not fair catching anything. I don't fair catch a football.
That's right, he lives dangerously.
7-0 Buffalo when we get you back to UB Stadium.
Tonight, John Cena, Brock Lesnar. The world will be watching. Stream WrestlePalooza on the ESPN app tonight.
Late stages now. 5:08 left, quarter number 2. crowd here at UB Stadium enjoying. Their football team's got a 7-0 lead. Got that one touchdown, and defensively have been stifling against this Troy Trojan offense. Now Troy with the football, and they'll start this drive trying to go with a ground game again. And on that first down carry was Jordan Lovett. Tucker Kilcrease is back on the football field. He wears number 10. We just saw Uwe Ale for a couple of series quarterbacking Troy's Trojans, and now it's Tucker Kilcrease, the 200-pound junior. That's a straight quarterback run, and he's got a first down. 205-pounder, state of Alabama, Brantley High School, good football program in that state. And that's a straight quarterback run. Gerard took that snap and looked for a clean space to run.
Yeah, one of the few positive plays he's had today at the quarterback position. Surprised, actually, that they did not go back to Ale because he was having more success operating this offense for the Troy Trojans.
Yeah, we just saw Uwe Ale for a couple of series. Put that good drive together before the fumble short-circuited it. Kilcrease going to dump that down. That's incomplete. Jarris Williams, a senior out of Mobile, Alabama, not able to pull the football in.
Yeah, there's limited opportunities, and when you get your number called, you have to catch that football and make sure, Williams, that you do what? Have a positive play so they can call your number more often than not.
Second and 10 now from just on the Buffalo side of the football field. Well, back to the ground game, and look at that shot as coming off the edge for the Buffalo Bulls to completely blow that up for the Bulls. Was that made that hit for Buffalo? I thought for a moment
Savion Brown with the smashing tackle.
I thought it was Demetrius Ballard, but you're right. Brown got on the football field and made that shot. Came up from plays a nickel usually, up around the line of scrimmage there. Firing that in route and well behind intended receiver Peyton Higgins as off the mark there. And Tucker Kilcrease, and Buffalo's going to get it right back.
And what Peyton has to do in that situation right there is spot up and give Kilcrease a target, because he understands that the blitz is coming, because he just saw the situation unfold. Sit down, give him a target, and you can pick up the first down, because there was plenty of room to operate in a lot of open area.
So 4th down and 12. Interesting how they change sides from right to left of the punt unit. Hanging that high, and fair catching for Buffalo at the 9-yard line. Good punt from Buffalo's Evan Crenshaw. All right, the quarterback situation for Troy. We go back and taking a look at Goose Crowder, Gerard, who was the starter.
Yes, and then Goose, early on in the game against Memphis, suffered an injury, forcing Kilcrease into the game. And as you can tell right there, he's certainly in pain as he walks off the football field. And now Troy finds himself in a situation where they have a two-man race for the starting position of quarterback. And right now, I would say that Ale is winning that race.
Yeah. Man, that man, Jared Parker, the head football coach, told us this week, yes, while they lost Crowder, they are confident, didn't say when, but they feel confident, the Troy program, that they'll get Crowder back and he'll be able to play and finish out this 25 season.
Yeah, similar scenario unfolded for him last year, in which he got hurt early on in the season. So
It's
been very problematic for Goose Crowder, but hopefully he gets healed up and ready to go soon.
Well, the excellent punt has Buffalo backed up yet one more time. Quarterback Taquan Robinson going to run the.
That's a good point, Michael.
Run that football.
Because the hidden yardage is certainly being won by the Troy Trojans right now. Hence why the score is only 7-0, because they've done a great job of flipping the football field every time they have to kick it.
Yeah, L.J. Henderson, that outstanding Buffalo running back. This is the second consecutive series they have started. Second to last 3. They've started deep in the shadows of their own end zone.
Due to great punting.
Taquan Roberson going to stay with that ground game. Got a flag there as on that Buffalo carry again was L.J. Henderson. Got to wait and see how this unfolds now. It might be movement before the snap on Buffalo. Kind of looks to be the case.
If you're the Troy Trojans, you're thinking in your mind right now, what can we do to get some points on the board? Get a safety, get a strip.
Illegal formation, offense, 5 players in the backfield, half the distance to the goal, second down.
We call those week 1 penalties. 3 to 4 games in, you don't really want to see those situations unfold.
Yeah, absolutely. Not in week 4.
Timeout, Troy. Timeout, Troy.
Here, there is Troy. Bob, I'll tell you, both squads still have their full complement of timeouts.
That was all you.
Troy is going to use their first here as they've got Buffalo backed up on a 2nd down and 12. And Gerard, you know head coach Jared Parker and his defensive coaches, they want to make sure that they keep Buffalo backed up and get their hands on the football again.
Right, and the coach's point is do not let anyone behind you, do not let anything easily be completed in the middle of the football field, because you figure that's more than likely what will take place with the Buffalo Bulls and what they want to do from a play calling standpoint.
Yeah, defensive coordinator is one of their co-DCs, Nathan Burton, who handles the linebackers, and Dante Wright, who you just saw a moment ago, handles the safeties, DBs. 2nd and 12 now for Taquan Roberson. Stay in the ground game with L.J. Henderson, and just not a lot there. And again, Henderson is elite, but not a whole lot of space there. As that front 7 of Troy getting all over that.
That's right, led by Jordan Stringer on that play, because he did a nice job of doing what? Getting penetration and bringing force to the play and being very physical at the same time. So you appreciate that effort by Stringer, one of the leaders on this Troy defense. And that was a very conservative play call, and you wonder once again what Coach Limbo and company are thinking. Do you air it out, or do you just play it safe and not run the risk of a safety?
So another Troy timeout. So that's their 2nd. They've got 1 left. Well, this is 3rd down and 11 now. So you just posed the question. I'm going to ask you, Mr. Elite Color Analyst. 3rd and 11, but you're backed up at your own 3-yard line. You're going to run the football again and just run your defense back out and say, keep us clean?
I'm going to do exactly that, because right now it feels like this is still a boxing match where they're still throwing jabs, and you do not want to give more momentum to your opponent, who's visiting obviously from Troy, from Alabama. So again, I'm with being conservative right here.
3rd and 11 for Taquan Roberson, and you are correct, Gerard Perry. Gerard Cherry trying to run that football again was L.J. Henderson. So heavy dose there on this series by L.J. Henderson and Buffalo. But again, this defensive unit that we'll tell you a little bit more about when we come back. Got the 2-minute timeout, but Troy's going to get their hands on the football, down 7-0 when we come back. Yeah, Gerard was telling me what this is all about. He knows way better than I do. So you want to partake of that?
Call that knocker soccer. Objective is to knock the mess out of your opponent and score at the same time.
I see.
And the kids are loving it.
Sure, Gerard will become an aficionado of such. What Pete Lembo, the Buffalo head coach, isn't liking right now is, again, they got to kick the football out of their own end zone right up against that back line. And trying to hang that high again is Dylan Drennan from the 46-yard line. The man who just never fair catches, doesn't even think about it.
I love it, though.
Peyton Higgins on that return. I'm saying that, by the way. I'm saying that with great positivity. Love that too. That Peyton Higgins, he says, I'm gonna make you play that punt cover game and get me on the ground.
Yes, he's living dangerously, though. Make no mistake about it, because at some point, somebody's going to get a flush shot on him, and he may fumble the football because he is literally catching it as the defenders are bearing down on him.
I'm going to stay with that utmost confidence in him. He looks like a guy that just says, I'm not fair catching. I want to return punts, and I'll catch it properly. Now that left-hander firing that throw as again, you know, playing multiple quarterbacks today as now Uwe Ale is back on the football field, Gerard. So we've seen Tucker Kilcrease, who started today, and now Ale once again.
Yeah, and Ale is probably cold and rusty with that throw because it was certainly airing in. Just has to do a better job of warming up so he can come in and throw more effectively than that.
Second down and 10 with 1:45. Ale going to throw that sideline route, and it was broken up. It was Ale was intending for Mojo Dortch on that sideline. Was that Dortch or was it Trey Taylor? See, 5 or 8.
And what I don't understand is if you have a situation where the safety's over the top, you really don't want to throw that fade route because that sets the safety up to, one, clean the clock of your receiver or make the interception. So you might want to consider fade stops or corner or something more in the middle of the football field when facing cover 2 or too deep.
3 wide receivers. Pressure now. Bouncing out of that pocket. Uwe Ale, and Ale is going to couple yards shy, picking up that first down and moving the sticks. Going to bring up 4th down and 2. And if you're head coach Jared Parker, excuse me, it's tough when you're standing next to a Gerard, man.
Jared, do not call me Gerard, but he's going to call
exactly
a timeout
right.
and think and talk this over. That makes a lot of sense.
I would think he's going to keep the offense on the football field,
you have
don't
to.
you? Yeah.
You have to. And trust your defense. They've been doing a good enough job of slowing down the Buffalo Bulls. So take a chance and see if you can pick up this first down and get some more momentum going into the half.
Yeah, it'll be 4th down and 2. They are at the 37-yard line of Buffalo on that right hash mark. I mean, virtually here, and the playbook's open.
Yes, wide open. So many options when you have this down and distance as far as what you can do, because you can run it effectively and likely pick up the first down, and certainly passing it can occur as well. You don't have to do anything too elaborate. Cross them up with a lot of horizontal plays. Don't necessarily need to go vertical, but you would probably shock the Bulls defense if you did take a shot in this scenario and catch them off guard.
All right, coming up at halftime, don't go anywhere. We'll take a look at everything that's going on around the Mid-American Conference. We'll take a look at what conference activity looks like next Saturday. And, of course, bring you the good pictures and numbers from the first half, all coming up at halftime. 4th down and 2. Big play here as Troy's offense indeed stays on the football field. Now on that good play fake and on that quarterback keep, in a lot of trouble trying to reach out to pick up that first down was Uwe Ale. And it looks like he did. He was successful. He was running out of real estate down here in this near sideline, Gerard.
They sold the play action fake very well because the running back got tackled. But again, they went vertical on that play. But fortunate enough, Ale has enough skill in which he was able to pick up that first down because it was tightly contested and almost did not pick it up.
And they're going to review this. Take a look at this. I would imagine the review is going to be on where Ale, as he was reaching the football, went out of bounds.
Yeah, because he's certainly extending the football.
I would just say where the right foot came down, Gerard. Wouldn't you? Right there on this stride.
So the question becomes his foot placement or the football placement, because he's beyond. Well, not quite yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. He may be a little short.
Might be a little short. Yeah. We'll wait and see, of course, officially, but it's the right foot that ultimately came down out of bounds.
Right, and interestingly enough, that they went with a play in which they had a guy going deep on the play with showing the run, but had one guy trying to catch him off guard. To the credit of the Bulls, they were prepared for it. And Ale had nowhere to go with the football. So that was a one-man route situation right there.
Now watch the right leg of Ali. He's inbounds with a left.
And he's
there
a lefty.
That next stride, the right leg. Now, again, it's up to the officiating crew to determine where that right leg came out of bounds at.
Right.
The ruling on the field is upheld. First down.
So there you hear it from our white hat today, our referee Rick Wayne. First down for quarterback Uwe Ale and these Troy Trojans. As again, they are in operating position here, looking to put points on the board. Minute 16 left in the first half. However, they are out of timeouts. Ale stepping up.
And that's the one thing you cannot do is take a sack.
Got caught up in the wash there, Gerard. No timeouts left, as I just mentioned. As you see, in on that hit for Buffalo was Devin Morgan, who made the stop. Now gunning that out route, strong throw there that's hauled in at the 27-yard line. Mojo Dortch, who wears that number 5, made the grab as Uwe Ale put that throw on him. Ale again, same thing, gonna run that quick out, hooked up with Ra Thomas.
And the coaching point for the defense is, they don't have any timeouts, so what do you have to do? Guard the boundary area, because they need to get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yeah, well, the side of the football field for Buffalo defensively, they let Ra Thomas make that grab and step out of bounds.
Yeah, again, defend the sideline. They have no timeouts.
Yeah. Only thing that can stop the clock now for Troy. 32 ticks left, 7-0 Buffalo. Ale in trouble. Using those legs. He got taken down on that strong hit.
And this is where Ale has to be.
Again, all over the football field at Buffalo. Miles Greer came up and made that hit there. And now Ale is simply going to down the football with 14 ticks left.
And this is where Ale has to be more decisive with getting rid of the football, understanding what's at stake here. And the time is what the issue is, the major issue is. So what you have to do in these scenarios is not take a sack, throw the ball away. So the worst thing you do is get tackled into the ground, because that's going to take so much time off the clock.
Second down.
So after putting up 38 points in their opening win over Nichols, they put up 16 against Clemson in a solid performance. Last week, only 7 points on the board, nothing yet here, second quarter. Ale going to get ripped down again as the Buffalo Bulls are all over that clock running. They're not going to get the field goal off. Nope.
Yeah, clock management is so
The
important.
clock ran out. That is the end of the second quarter, as they could not get the field goal squad on to try to get points on the board. And there is Exhibit A, why you always want to keep one timeout with you in the bag going into your final drive of a half.
Exactly, because so many of those timeouts were wasted when they were on the defensive side of the ball trying to figure out what they wanted to do to slow down the Bulls. And you had a situation right there, no timeouts, coupled also with just, again, Ale has to do a better job of managing the game and understanding I cannot take sacks. I cannot take it to the ground. I have to get rid of the football. In the process of doing that, that will certainly help your cause and put you in a position where you can get the field goal unit onto the field to hopefully score a field goal.
If you're the Detroit Trojans, you probably think you left some points on the board.
Oh, you certainly feel that way.
Here in this first half. Defensively, Troy, not a very good job. Only giving up the one touchdown. 7-0 Buffalo. Don't go away. When we come back, we'll take on the halftime roll out of UB Stadium in Amherst, New York. 7-0 Buffalo.
Our next two is the 2010 hit Right Above It from Lil Wayne. It's the opening theme to the HBO series Ballers. And folks say it swaggers and struts like a free man cruising through the club. Please focus your attention on the featured color guard. Gentlemen, bring it on. We now welcome the Pembroke Marching Dragons. They are directed by John Bailey. He is assisted by Jeffrey Dibble and UB Thunder These alums, Joe DiStefano, Tuma Tips.
Stadium. Glad you're part of it with us here on ESPN. The Buffalo Bulls with a 7-0 halftime home lead over the Troy Trojans. Michael Regai, Gerard Cherry. Let's take a look at what's going on around the Mid-American Conference. UNLV went into Oxford and Yager Stadium and beat Miami with a second half push, 41-38. Louisville all over Bowling Green today. And those are the, three finals. Central Michigan with a home win over Wagner. So those are your three finals, and everything else is still going on. Ohio's got a 10-point home lead over Gardner-Webb. Eastern Michigan up on Louisiana in the second quarter in Ypsilanti. They're in a delay down in Florida, as Kent State, of course, trying to stay upright against Florida State. UConn leads Ball State. Toledo at halftime. Well, low scoring there. Only 3-0 on Western Michigan and Northern Illinois with the lead on Mississippi State. I'm sure Chuck Martin in Miami really wanted to grab that non-conference home win, Gerard, down at Yager Stadium.
Certainly it did, because that would certainly help his cause as far as getting to a bowl game. But I'm looking at that Northern Illinois Mississippi State game and reminding myself that Northern Illinois has been known for doing what? Going against those Power 5 teams and beating them. Think about what happened several seasons ago with Notre Dame and what they did to them. So,
among many others.
Yeah, keep your eye on that. Yeah, keep your eye on that 10-7 lead.
Got a 3-point lead. All right, here's what we got coming up next week in league play. Eastern Michigan goes into Mount Pleasant to tangle with their in-state rivals, the Central Michigan Chips. UConn non-conference comes in here to UB Stadium against Buffalo. Non-conference San Diego State against Northern Illinois. Miami hosts Lindenwood. I'll be at the Glass Bowl in Toledo. Hope you join us on ESPN as Toledo hosts Akron. And Rhode Island at Western Michigan. That's all coming up. 7-0. The Buffalo Bulls with this this lead here at home in front of the adoring fans at UB Stadium. Michael Rega, Gerard Cherry. All right, Gerard, I'm going to put you to work, buddy. Let's go through our first half highlights. What do we have?
Oh, getting things started, we have Roberson with the connection with his receiver, Gavins, and then going to the running back, Henderson, for the score. The Buffalo defense was stout. They were doing their job at the highest of levels, and they were putting pressure on the QBs, for multiple QBs at that, the Troy Trojans, in that Gilcrease as well as Ale felt the pressure and the pain, as you see right there from the Buffalo Bulls defense, as Brown has a heck of a hit right there. And at the end, clock management played a pivotal part in the Trojans unable to score some points. And as you see right here, winning in the rushing, but passing-wise has been the big difference in that the Bulls have been able to connect more. The 117 and 127 differential between the two, and no turnovers for the Bulls, but that one costly one for the Troy Trojans.
Yeah, overall, a very well played first 30 minutes of football. All right, give us a timeout, and then we'll come back as we get closer to playing football to start the third quarter. 7-0 Buffalo. All right, let's go. Let's start this this third quarter as we begin the second half. The Troy Trojans will get their hands on the football to start half number 2. Peyton Higgins back in one of the deep spots. Like he's joined by Tay Meadows, and this third quarter is underway. And this is Higgins from the 4-yard line. Now going to reverse that. So going to some kickoff gadgetry, Gerard, to start this third quarter, as the kickoff came to Higgins, and he reversed it. It all leads to Troy starting this drive to begin the third quarter at their own 25.
Yeah, and the question for Troy is, which quarterback are they going to employ their services the most to get back into this football game? Because in my opinion right now, Ale was more effective than Gilcrease. Kilcrease, rather.
He was. And that having been said, it will be the young man who started the game today, Tucker Kilcrease, the junior out of Brantley High School in Alabama. Going to run that zone read run game and just nothing there. Well, Gerard, Buffalo, you know, 7, sometimes 8 up around the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
And they're just blowing up this run game of Troy.
That had the appearance more of a rugby match than an actual football game, because you literally have 8 guys on the tackle right there while 3 guys remaining in the secondary. That's what you call team defense at a premium.
Yeah, there you get a good look at Red Murdoch, who wears that number 2. He's got the green dot on his helmet as well.
Great football name.
Yeah, outstanding football name. Quarterback keep there, running again, that zone read influence. Tucker Kilcrease on the carry, not much there. This is going to bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 5.
Man, it's so pivotal that you get a first down for the Trojans just to get some momentum going and try to establish something on the offensive side of the ball and to keep that defense off the football field.
I heard this spirited Buffalo crowd up and at it on 3rd down and long. Gilcrease got hit as he threw football up in the air, and that is going to be a flag and probably a PI, defensive pass interference, on Buffalo's Solomon Brown.
Ain't no probably to that one. That's a certainty. But Roman Weathershed stands at 6'4". They're basically playing jump ball, and the defender has to keep his composure.
Defense, number 0. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And you have a situation where Kobe Stewart, which makes no sense for him to even be in the play if he's back there, but I think the referee got the wrong name there and number.
And the official gave the wrong number. It was Solomon Brown,
Yeah.
as mentioned as the play was unfolding.
Yeah, but in a situation like that, you have to keep your composure. You cannot lose your cool when you're in the deep middle part of the football field and run to receiver and bail out an offense.
All right, so it'll move the sticks now for Troy to begin quarter number 3. Back to that zone read ground game, and that first down call is with the running back, Tay Meadows. Meadows, the 200-pound junior out of Roanoke, Alabama.
Yeah, he's had some moments where he's picked up some nice gains on first down, put him in a better down and distance scenario.
There's a good look at Tay Meadows. Strong, sturdy, downhill runner. 2nd and 7 now for Tucker Kilcrease. Well, Troy is coming out and pretty much saying, you know, we're gonna do everything we can to establish our run game here in this opening drive of quarter number 3.
Yeah, that's the epitome of running with a cloud of dust, because they're pretty much saying we're going to put 8 or 9 guys on the line and go old school on you and just straight run up the football at you and see if you can slow us down and stop us. And not bad job on the part of Buffalo. Minimal gain.
All right, 3rd and 3. That line to make is inside the 46-yard line. Not going to get there on that 3rd down carry. But Buffalo was all over that as they got on again. Running back Tay Meadows and knocked him down. It's going to be now 4th down, but Gerard, this is nothing 4th and short. This is 4th and almost a full 4.
And we have a full half left, and it's only 7-0. So, and the timeout is taken as well. So I'm interested in why Coach Parker would even try to go for this. You have plenty of time left, and your defense has been playing well also.
Gerard, Coach Parker, he certainly, you know, knows his football team a lot better than I, but I don't like burning a timeout on the first series of the 3rd quarter in a tight football game on 4th and short.
Right. Yeah, because that'll come back to haunt you because it's a close game. And as we saw at the end of the 2nd quarter, going into the half, what happened when you run out of timeout. So at this point, they have to commit themselves to running the play, because you're not going to burn that timeout and do nothing to try to draw them off sides. I can't see that scenario unfolding.
The offense is staying on the football field. 4th down and 4. The line to make is just inside the 46-yard line of Buffalo. for quarterback Tucker Kilcrease in the offense. Kilcrease going to keep the football. He didn't get there. Did not get there as Buffalo blew that up out on the edge.
Yeah, and that play right there is questionable in this regard. You have a situation where you have two guys going out to the route, but you run into the boundary, and you have your quarterback who has running capability. But here's the problem as we see it unfold. Look at all the defenders there. Look at the spacing. A bunch of black jerseys, and that's not enough room. So you'd rather see that play, in my opinion, run to the field, because that at least gives Kilcrease more room to work with, as you see the rest of the Bulls rally to the tackle to have a turnover on downs.
5 black shirts there that put the strong hit Troy quarterback Tucker Kilcrease. So Buffalo takes over the football. Got to stay with that ground game on this first down call. L.J. Henderson, this elite 220-pound senior running back, ran for 75 yards and a touchdown in the late win for Buffalo over Kent State last week. Got 4 there. That quick throw in the slot. It's hauled in. Boy, Taquan Robinson he had that football in his hands, Gerard, for like a millisecond before he put it on that zero, his teammate Victor Snow.
Yeah, playing hot potato, and we thought we'd see more of Victor Snow involved in this game, but we haven't called his name much. But the sideline needs to do a much better job protecting Victor Snow when he runs into the boundary area over there and catching him.
Yeah, that's a friendly sideline he's on.
Fumble.
Football's out. Football's out. L.J. Henderson never had it secured. Troy says it's our football. Let's wait and see. Now it's going to stay with the Buffalo Bulls. They got that football off the ground after the fumble there. Just stripped.
Yeah, Medina does a nice job of stripping that football by sticking that big paw out there. And Henderson, to his credit, got back on that football.
On it. Now, this is one of the most secure running backs at keeping the football in his possession that we have in a college game, in L.J. Henderson. Had it stripped there. Now stay with that RPO game. I think that's Lamar Sperling's first carry of the afternoon. Gerard, we know that young man well, at a very strong program, Hoban High School in Akron, Ohio. State championship squad during his time there. 5'9", 190-pounder, redshirt sophomore, Lamar Sperling, got his first carry of the day.
High school player of the year.
Yes.
Well.
He was special, wasn't
he? Yeah, trying to have that same type of dynamic take place for himself on the Buffalo Bulls football field, what he did in Akron, Ohio.
3rd down and 9 for Taquan Robertson. Robertson on that straight quarterback keep. Robertson going to come up a few yards short. Now we've got a flag down in the secondary of Troy as
this is where you got to keep
receiver
your
and DBs after the whistle.
Yeah, whenever you hear the crowd chanting and the play's over, you know some type of altercation is taking place. And for both the squads, it's a close football game. A silly penalty for being silly can hurt the cause tremendously. You have to keep your composure right here. It's a 7-0 football game.
Rick Wayne, the gentleman with the white hat, our referee today.
After play, personal foul. Defense, number 14, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Bailed him out.
Yeah, well, he was chatting with Stacy Jamison, the field judge, and you're right, Gerard. And of course, shaking his head is Jared Parker, the head coach of Troy. Maybe they had a stop there, but that penalty is going to move the sticks.
Right, and that could be the difference between you winning and losing when a game is so tightly contested as this one is.
Now Roberson will run that RPO game. Inside the 5, L.J. Henderson powers his way into the house. Touchdown. Buffalo's Bulls.
And one would like to think the fact that that drive was continued due to a penalty took the heart and soul out of defense for the Trojans, because they had been playing much better to that point. Nothing fancy about this. It's just straight up run. There's a big hole right there, but you got to make that tackle right there when you're in the space with the running back. But then, watch it. Al-J wanted more than anybody else wanted to bring him down. Unfortunately, we still have a Trojan on the football field who's yet to get up.
22-yard touchdown burst, L.J. Henderson. That is touchdown number 5 on the year for L.J. Henderson. D.J. Jackson is the injured Troy Trojan at the 15-yard line. Jackson, Gerard, a backup defensive end.
Yeah, we talked about before not doing anything that's detrimental to your football team. And when you extend a drive, when you just were about to get off the football field because you're having an altercation with a receiver down the field that has nothing to do with the actual play, you just simply can't do that. And that's the type of stuff the coach was talking about, Parker, as well as Coach Wright, defense coordinator for the Troy Trojans, in that we have to keep our composure. We have to make sure that we do the right things and play clean football.
5th touchdown of the year for L.J. Henderson. Stay out on the board. We'll be right back. 13-0 Buffalo. We welcome you back to the Mid-American Conference on ESPN. Great to have you in Amherst, New York with us today. Non-conference matchup between the Buffalo Bulls and the Trojans of Troy. Buffalo with a 13-0 lead here early 3rd quarter. Michael Regai, Gerard Cherry, all of our terrific ESPN crew. Extra point time for the Buffalo Bulls following that Al-J. Henderson touchdown run. So bump the lead up to 14-0 now as Jack Howes will add the PAT. So 2-touchdown advantage now. And the way the Buffalo Bulls are playing defensively, Gerard, tacking on this extra touchdown is going to make drives all the more important for Troy here going forward as we go back to this Al-J. Henderson TD run.
Right, and what's impressive to me is what Al-J does right in this area right here, Michael, as we let it play. Watch he meets the defender in the hole, and what does he do? He defeats him in there in the hole. So, again, for the Trojans, you have to do a better job when you have your opportunity and it presents itself of making a play, and right there they did not do that.
Yeah, Henderson blew through a couple of tackles inside the 5-yard line. Check this out, about 7 yards deep coming out for Troy. Flags flying again, and the kick return man, DJ Epps. Got flags flying, so we'll just take a moment until we get referee Rick Wayne a determination on this. Couple of flags through.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 12. 10-yard penalty, first down.
So going to cost the Troy Trojans. So they'll back that up. Going to cost them 10 yards after that return as you take a look again at the head coach of the Troy Trojans, Jared Parker. Tucker Kilcrease about ready to start this drive from the 15-yard line, but now the deficit for the Troy Trojans, 14 points, couple of touchdowns following that drive that got L.J. Henderson in the end zone again for Buffalo. Well, that first down call is absolutely going to get blown up. Jarris Williams barely had the football in his grasp before Red Murdoch just absolutely destroyed him.
Yeah, you have a situation where Levitt is saying, okay, let's get this thing going, but you can't get it going if there's no offensive blocking on the part of that offensive front. You have to do a better job on that offensive line of giving your runners some space to work with.
6'1", 240 pounds of defensive dynamite is Red Murdoch out of that Mike linebacker spot for head coach Pete Lembo. 2-yard loss on 2nd and 12. That check down from quarterback Tucker Kilcrease. He completed that as he hit Mojo Dortch. As we go back to Red Murdoch here and kind of give you a capsule what we're talking about. What a premium talent he is, Gerard.
Premium talent, premium tackler, because when you are second in FBS in tackling with 156, that lets us know that you are certainly putting in work.
3rd and 8. Tucker Kilcrease, and Troy's got to make a play. Kilcrease with time. He's going to air it out deep, and it is caught, I believe, contesting for it. Right inside the 40-yard line. Now that was Ra Thomas, the Troy receiver, and yeah, he came down with that. What a terrific grab. As being contested was Ra Thomas. Marquise Cooper on the corner for Buffalo.
And Ra does a nice job adjusting to the football in a contested catch situation where he comes down with the football, because initially when it was thrown, I said that's an interception waiting to happen because he just let it hang up there. But to his credit, his receiver made a great catch.
41 yards on that long ball hookup. Right back to the ground game, but again, as we've said, you know, just not a lot there. As on that Troy carry was Jordan Lovett.
And Troy, you're having success with the vertical passing game. Stay after it.
DJ Epps, one of the receivers now up at the top of your screen on the football field. Now Epps will come in motion. They're going to reverse that and want to throw the football. Very, very dangerous throw by Ra Thomas, and he got picked off. Boy, trying to run those type of gadgets on the interception for the Buffalo Bulls.
And Ra will have no Ra when he gets to the sideline. He will get chewed out because he has no business throwing this football. You're about to get sacked, take the ball or keep running, but throwing it up in the prayer in a sea of black jerseys absolutely makes no sense.
Jalen McNair, number 8, and it looked like it. 8 looks like a 0, but it's McNair who came up with the INT. All right, Buffalo's got another takeaway. They've got a 14-0 lead. Ra Thomas on that Troy Trojans bench trying to get some things squared away. Buffalo's got a 14-0 lead as we're inside 7 minutes left in this third quarter. Great to have you along. Michael Regai, Gerard Cherry, our producer Darren Chiappetta, our director Sydney Boxell, and all of our terrific crew here inside UB Stadium, the home of the Buffalo Bulls in Amherst, New York. So Buffalo got the football back, but that first down snap gets short-circuited. It's going to be a false start on Buffalo.
5-yard penalty, first down.
Gerard, you think I know there's 21 minutes left of this football game, but I get the feeling that Buffalo head coach Pete Lembo is going to say, we're going to grease up our run game, fellas, and we're going to start moving the sticks and pulling time off that clock.
Yeah, that certainly is the plan.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, it gets negated when you have a pre-snap penalty on first down.
It does, off that quick play fake. Dangerous, dangerous throw. It was hauled in by Victor Snow. And it's like Gunnar Gray in at the quarterback spot now for Buffalo. It is not Taquan Robeson. No, Gunnar Gray, the 6'3", 220-pound fifth-year senior, is on the football field. Gray's going to check that down. And that quick developing screen is hauled in by a running back. Is that L.J. Henderson who made that grab? No, that wasn't Henderson. That was Lamar Sperling. So they threw it to Sperling. Sperling wearing that number 32. There's Lamar, the young man from Akron-Hoban High School, is on this particular drive giving L.J. Henderson a respite. Sperling in a little bit of space. Hard, tough run. Lamar Sperling. First down, Buffalo, as he just racked up 12 to the 40-yard line.
Yeah. Great effort on the part of Sperling. He gets initially tackled but keeps his feet moving and picks up a key first down.
A state championship in Division II at Akron-Hoban High School. And Sperling, tough running. Just got 13 more on that carry off the left side. So back-to-back carries for Lamar Sperling. Got him 12 and then 13.
Yeah, you sense that he's another run or two away from going 30 to 40 to 50 yards on a rush.
And Buffalo increasing the pace and tempo. Sperling again. Good tackle from the backside is coming in to make that hit for the Troy Trojans. Was Donnie Smith. Donnie Smith is the bandit. Good size, 6'4", 225-pound junior Donnie Smith.
Well, they're back on track right now, and you see Roberson on the sideline. He doesn't have his helmet in his hand, so you hope everything's okay with him. But they wanted to run the football in this half to quiet things down on the Troy side of things with the offense, and they're certainly back on script and able to do that with the run into Sperling.
We're inside 4 minutes left in this third quarter. Didn't look like there was much there, but that's a Messiah Birch. Birch, a young man from Staten Island, New York. There he is. Monsignor Farrell High School, a redshirt sophomore. So Henderson, Sperling, and now Messiah Birch, third running back in the arsenal for head coach Pete Lembo.
Yeah, the arsenal, the committee, they're effective, very effective right now.
Third down and short. 3rd and 1 now. First down, Buffalo. And again, this is Gunnar Gray quarterbacking this drive. And on that carry again was Messiah Birch. Or was it L.J. Henderson? Henderson got back in the football game. So Gunnar Gray, there's Gunnar Gray. Where's number 9? Let's get you familiar with him, a fifth-year senior. Out of San Diego on the West Coast, played at Mesa Junior College.
They're not asking much of him right now. Just run, hand the football off, do not pass.
Keep that inside run game going. Will the Buffalo Bulls. Al-J. Henderson on the carry. And Buffalo has got this clock closing in, Gerard, and coming under 2 minutes left in the third quarter and trying to add to their already 14-point advantage.
Right, and if they are able to score just simply running the football, that's going to be exactly what Coach Limo wants to do, which is melt the clock. And also, that's just pure dominance on the part of that offensive line.
2nd and 6 for quarterback Gunnar Gray. Stay with the ground game.
You know how disheartening it is as a defender when all they're doing is running and you have no answer for it. So right now, if you were to go play action pass, it would certainly work because you've done nothing but run the ball so far in this drive.
Another carry for Al-J. Henderson, one of the best in college football. He could carry it 25 times a football game. He's got it again. Henderson with some burst inside the 25, and he's got another first down as Buffalo just using their ground game to grind it down the Troy defense.
Yeah, consecutive run after run after run, and that does weigh heavy on the defense and wears you down and just takes away your will to go out there and tackle, and that's exactly what we're watching unfold on the part of the Buffalo Bulls.
Buffalo has the 14-0 lead and looking for more here in quarter number 3. Now he's going to fire the in route. A little bit of a surprise there as that Gunnar Gray throw sailed over the top of Victor Snow.
And Gunnar showed there right there he has a gun of an arm, but you want to take some MPHs off of that, my man, and put your receiver in a position where he can catch that, because that had a lot of heat on it.
Yeah, you notice whether it's college football, the NFL, you look at the best quarterbacks, Gerard, and when necessary, they'll take a lot of velocity off throws. Now back to the ground game after that incompletion from Gunnar Gray. Lamar Sperling had that carry, and that Troy hit came from Jamel Filsamy, senior, out of the state of Alabama, 350-pounder.
And prior to that incompletion, they were humming. Certainly just running left, running right, run up the middle, and have nothing but success. But it seems like that incomplete pass has now stalled the offense for the Buffalo Bulls.
That's going to be the final play of the third quarter. So 45 minutes in the books, 15 to go. As we said, Buffalo looking to add to their already 2-score advantage. Bulls have a 14-0 lead on Troy. Don't go away. Fourth quarter's coming up next. Back at Buffalo, we invite you to get every bit of ESPN college football all in one place. It's the all-new ESPN app. You can unlock with the ESPN Unlimited plan or log in with your television provider. Buffalo looking to add to their 14-0 lead as we get set to start quarter number 4, and they've got the field goal team on the football field. Jack Howes from 39 yards, plenty of leg, and he hit it.
Man, he done another 30 yards.
Jack Howes, yeah, so that was 39. I think it's suffice to say. How about 55 to be sure?
Yeah, for sure, because that was deep into that track.
Yep, Howes has got quite the leg, and he's also bumped the Buffalo lead now up to 17-0, and that number 17 in college football, why is it so important? It is now a 3-possession Buffalo lead.
That's right, exactly what it is.
So, I mean, you know, to Gerard, I mean, we're in the fourth quarter now, just underway in the fourth. If you're Troy, you're not only trying to find a way, you got to find a way to get on the board. That's number one. But I think you got to have a little bit of quickness in mind here now, given that you're 3 possessions down, and how you got to find a way to do that. All right, this line drive shot is going to go through the end zone, so we'll bring out this Troy Trojan offense after Jack Howell belted another kickoff through the end zone. You know, Troy just has not been able. They moved the football on a few particular drives, but once in Buffalo territory twice, they could not sustain the drive and find a way to get points on the board.
Yeah, self-inflicted wounds is what they'll look back and say, hey, we have to do a better job of not doing just that. But opportunities were there, but a call here and a bad situation there have not helped them score any points today so far.
Play fake, Tucker Kilcrease. He fired that throw. Are they going to call that a catch? They are. It looked like it was DJ Epps who made the grab. Epps ran that quick out, and Kilcrease got the football on him. That's the type of big gain of 14 yards that Buffalo needs to move, or excuse me, that Troy needs to move the chains.
And if he would have looked further down the football field, he would have more than likely had a touchdown, because no one was covering his deep corner route.
Gunning that quick out again is quarterback Tucker Kilcrease. That's for a gain of, we'll call it 9, as he hooked up with Roman Mothershed, 6'4", 210-pound sophomore receiver. The clock moves, so we're about a minute into quarter number 4. Great to have you along today here on ESPN. Michael Regai, Gerard Cherry, and all of our terrific ESPN crew. Kilcrease going to take a deep shot. It looked like his receiver, Trey Taylor, had a hand on that. Let's check that. It was Roman Mothershed.
And here's what Mothershed needs to understand as a receiver. You don't want to track and trail the ball too soon, because he's looking way too early. You want to, at the last second, give yourself that look. One, it doesn't alert the DB, and 2, you're able to get underneath it by doing just that. Now, the ball was a little bit off, but at the same time, you have to have the proper technique, in order to catch that football.
On 3rd down and 1, the play looked to be the run game to Tay Meadows. However,
Before the snap, timeout, Buffalo, the first of the half.
so Buffalo burns a timeout. We'll take it with them. 17-0 Bulls for head coach Pete Lembo when we come back. Well, the defense has been strong, sturdy, and very tough to deal with today. Gerard for the Buffalo Bulls.
Yes, they've been very aggressive, and they got the memo that they need to be physical, and you certainly see that right here, especially as Brown tattoos love it for the Trojans. And it doesn't stop there. Make a mistake throwing the football, we're going to take advantage of that mistake and turn over on downs. Nothing but stellar performance thus far by the Buffalo Bulls on the defensive side of the ball, and their offense hasn't done too bad either.
Yeah, it has been a week where, you know, the defensive coaches told Gerard and I they were going to put a big premium on their defensive story. As Troy quarterback Tucker Kilcrease was able to deliver that strike to Jordan Lovett. There's Lovett who made the grab. And going to move the sticks, isn't it? Should.
It is. Lovett's saying, please
Should
don't
be
set
a
me up
first
for failure
down.
like that.
Chain gang a little bit late to the party there. Now going to take a deep shot. Kilcrease.
Oh, you got to catch that Kilcrease.
Oh, he had it on Mothershed's hands again, Gerard.
Yeah,
Tucker Kilcrease.
And Mothershed has to understand, if you're going to pull the Willie Mays type of a catch, you got to come down with it, because this is a nice ball on the part of Kilcrease. One of the better throws throughout the day. That's perfect. You just now have to pull it in and catch it. Don't run out of talent in that moment. Make sure you get the job done. And that's one he'll certainly regret when he watches film tomorrow, because he should have caught that. Very sure-handed receiver with the drop.
Troy had a big play right there in the hands of Kilcrease. He couldn't haul it in. They're not 2nd and 10 now for quarterback Tucker Kilcrease. He'll deliver the out.
He's starting to look more comfortable throwing the football, Kilcrease.
He is. Ra Thomas made that grab. Give him 7 yards there. Going to bring up 2nd and short. Call it 2nd and 3 from the 44.
But now they take him out. And just when you think he's getting a rhythm, you pull him out of the game and bring in Ale.
So Uwe Ale, there he is, back on the football field. Ale, the junior, 210-pound quarterback who's backing up Tucker Kilcrease.
Oh,
and his first throw, that's another drop by Ra Thomas. No other way to say it. Gerard, I got 4 now for sure that our Troy receiver drops here today.
right. And not helping the cause. And if you're Ra, you already had a poorly made decision throwing the football, and then right there, crucial situation where you get a first down if you catch the football because no one was there, and then you drop it. You have to play a better brand of football if you're going to get back into this game.
And you're just inside 13 minutes to do it. Buffalo has a 17-0 lead on Troy. The left-handed quarterback, Uwe Ale, delivers a strike there as he gunned that throw. And it was hauled in by Trey Taylor, who made that grab.
And what Trey needs to do, nice catch, but get back to the huddle. Get back to the line of scrimmage. You cannot fool around. Get back to the huddle.
Taking a shot deep, incomplete. You know, Gerard, I think that pass a moment ago, play before that, that's Roman Mothershed who made the grab. Mothershed wears 0, okay, and the back of his jersey, you know, it's all tucked up, and so Mothershed wears 0. Trey Taylor is 8th.
I like to see a shot to Mothershed into the end zone right
yeah,
about now.
Well, he's got that kind of skill. Mothershed heading toward the end zone. The throw came underneath from Tucker Kilcrease. That pass is caught. Going to come up short and bring 3rd down and probably 5. As Kilcrease delivered that to DJ Epps. Epps is a 185-pound junior receiver. A couple of catches on the season coming into today. He's got his 2nd today. 3rd and 6, 3 minutes into this 4th quarter. 17-0 Buffalo. He's going to run that speed option, keeping the football. 1st down, Tucker Kilcrease. That was straight run for Kilcrease. Gerard had the potential option appearance, but Kilcrease tucked it up and went.
Yeah, Tucker was like, I am going to run this football. I see a hole, and I'm going to attack it. And you love the fact that Tucker runs with power at the end right here to pick up a couple extra yards. Another nice run on his part.
Well, think about it now. Troy's been down there a couple times before to no avail, but they are 13 yards away from maybe getting this deficit down to 10 here. We'll see. What a play clock was running down, and they had to use a timeout, Jay.
Before the snap, timeout, Troy. They're second of the half.
And this is what you run the risk of having take place when you work with two different quarterbacks, is that guys aren't on the same page. And the reason why I had to call that timeout, formation wasn't correct, and it's a situation where, once again, because of the difference in QBs, it creates a scenario where guys are like, okay, where am I at? Am I here? Am I there? Who's in? Who's out? And now you're forced to use another costly timeout. And that's, if they get back into this game, that's going to be costly and not help their cause.
Yeah, they only have one left now.
Yeah.
And think about it, you know, you expect with 11-10 left after this, if you're Troy, you're hoping you've got at least 2 more possessions.
Right.
Right? And you've only got one timeout to deal with. So given that, you know, you're everything with the way you're running the system are going to have to be perfect from here on out for them.
And the reason why you're calling the timeouts, that's the part that's even more frustrating for you.
All right, 1st and 10 now for quarterback Tucker Kilcrease. Kept the football again after they showed run game. Kilcrease pulled it out and kept it. Kilcrease likes to run the football himself. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, showing toughness too, because Lord knows the Buffalo Bulls are out there hitting, and they are hitting very hard. But he's showing a lot of toughness on his own part by willing to sustain those blows and run the football.
2nd down at 3. The sticks are at the 4-yard line on this snap. Kilcrease, look at end zone. His throw. Oh, it almost got picked off.
Ra is having a rough second half. You cannot stop on the route. You have to keep running through. And on this play right here,
Pardon, I was just going to ask you, why did he stop his route?
I have no idea why he stopped on the route, but I do know this much. You cannot stop on your route because the defender's going to keep going, and he shuts it down. You cannot do that. That's 3 plays where Ra has not been on the same page or did the right thing, and it's going to cost his football team.
It was almost picked off by Charles McCarthrins. And now we've got one of the offensive linemen down for Troy, and this is going to be an injury timeout. Can't identify numerically whom that is right now. We will as soon as we get it. I'm told it's the center, Paul Bowling, who the coaching staff told us is an extremely athletic 18-year-old freshman that's won this starting center job for this football team.
Right, he's a rarity. There's been a freshman center to start in this program.
Right.
Good to see him trot off the football field.
A pretty solid offensive line. I mean, Bowling represents the future. The right guard next to him, Matt Henry, is a 360-pound offensive line behemoth out of Australia, and he's an NFL prospect.
Right, and that's
he's going to get drafted.
We asked, is that his real size? And they're like, yeah, because you said, what do you mean his real size? A lot of times guys fudge numbers and make some stuff up, but he's a legit 6'4", 350.
There's Matt Henry, started his career at New Mexico Military Institute. All right, back to the quarterback keep again. Kilcrease to the end zone. Did he get in? Oh, yeah, he did. Touchdown. Tucker, Kilcrease, and Troy.
And Kilcrease goes up there and collects his wristband. And what you appreciate is his just desire to get there. You sell the fake. Inside run, no one's outside. That's exactly what you do. You attack the outside. There's no one in the boundary. Now, his knee may have been down prior to him getting to the end zone, though. You might want to take a look at that.
Gerard, that was a real nice influence block on that right edge by Messiah Birch, the running back. Didn't quite see it there. Birch is right there at the goal line. Where's number 4?
He was in.
Yeah, he's in.
He's in.
Birch on that block I was talking about got just enough of a hit on Red Murdoch.
Yes, he did. And that's a hard guy to block. And Gosner rather, could not get there to bring him down. It's too late because they'd already crossed the goal line. Because at that point right there, he's in the end zone, so that's a touchdown.
Yeah, when it came out was the...
Now, I'm assuming that they're not lined up for a two-point conversion because...
Well, the football is on the plane, which is you're in the end zone. They are reviewing it, but Gerard,
right.
we believe this one's got to stand.
Right, it should stand.
We can screw that, but like this bit being a little loose shouldn't affect like the thing itself blocking.
So, one of the few times today that the Bulls defense was not able to shut down this Troy offense as they marched down the football
field
for the
is
score.
upheld. It's a touchdown.
Because I don't feel like that'll shake up or loose. You know?
So there you have it from our game referee, warning as indeed the PAT squad on Scott Taylor Renfro after the quarterback Tucker Kilcrease got in the end zone on that quarterback keep. Trying to bring this deficit now down to 10. Renfro will do that as we take another peek at this Tucker Kilcrease touchdown. And he got in. 17-7 Buffalo by 10 when we come back. All right, Buffalo's lead has been slashed down to 10 now. Here early fourth quarter as we take a look at what's coming up next week on the ESPN family of networks and on ESPN Plus. Eastern Michigan goes to Central Michigan. UConn is here in Buffalo. Non-conference, another non-conference, San Diego State, Northern Illinois. Non-conference, Lindenwood, Oxford, Ohio against Miami. I'll be in Toledo where the Akron Zips will head to see Jason Candle and his Rockets. And also non-conference, Rhode Island and Western Michigan. Two of note, of course, the conference games. Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan, and Akron and Toledo. You lose one of those, Gerard, and you can't get that back, right?
No, you cannot.
No.
Especially if you're trying to get to the MAC championship.
Well, that's exactly right. So we look forward to, and then starting 2 weeks from today, you'll see virtually every Mid-America's Conference squad will be playing league games from here on in.
And normally What's interesting to me, Mike, is that you normally see weeks 0, 1, and 2 for non-conference games, and around this time you start getting more into
Right. Yep.
the conference.
So Buffalo has gone without their starting quarterback, Taquan Roberson, here for the bulk of this third quarter. Strong return to the 25-yard line. And on that Bulls return to the 25. This is the Mid-American Conference preseason poll, as selected by those in the media that cover the MAC. Toledo was expected to win it. And the top 3 teams, no surprise. Toledo, Miami, and Ohio, with Buffalo there, ready to go in case one of those may fall by the wayside.
Yeah, so far Miami's probably the only one that's not really holding up to the form that you thought they would be in at this stage of the season.
Correct. But it's early now. Very early. This possession will start with a first down Buffalo carry. As on the call, who else? L.J. Henderson. How many times has L.J. toted the rock today? We'll take a look at that and let you know. He's near 20. Well, 19. 19 carries for L.J. Henderson. No surprise.
Yeah,
we figured 25 times or so.
Yeah, and there's 10 minutes left, so there's plenty of time for him to get those 20 to 25 touches in. Right now we see an injured player, that being Devin Lafayette, transfer, and considered by coaches one of the best defensive players on the squad. And that's a heck of a compliment to have. Hopefully he's able to get back up and get back into the game.
Yeah, he is, Gerard. Remember, he played the will linebacker spot in the Thomas Hammock's Northern Illinois defensive scheme. They've moved him. They call it the spear. It basically is kind of like a strong safety spot, right?
Oh, yeah. We can even call it a nickel or dime situation.
Sure, yeah.
Where you have a big DB on the football field.
Very, very good hard hitter, 215-pounder Devin Lafayette. So we'll keep tabs on him on that Troy bench. 2nd and 8. Clock moving inside 10 minutes left. Buffalo's got a 10-point lead. Stay with the ground game. Not much there. You know, this front 7 for Troy has done a very solid job as they just knocked down L.J. Henderson after a very short gain. And this is going to bring up now 3rd down and a long 6, Gerard.
All right, we haven't seen much passing taking place on the part of the Bulls once Roberson left the game. It's a question of if Gunnar Gray is trusted by Coach Limbo to get the job done, because certainly at this stage you think they're going to have to pass a football and not run it.
Yeah, for the last couple of drives, Taquan Roberson has been not with his helmet with him, so meaning not coming back at the football field. As Troy's front 7 getting physical and violent again, as they were able to knock down that 3rd down play. There you see in on that hit for Troy was one of their linebackers, Luke Hodge.
Yeah, pretty much what Coach is saying is that I'd rather take my chances running the football than throwing it right now. So, again, for Coach Parker, this is a great situation. They're going to get the football back with a chance to score again with plenty of time still left on the clock.
And remember, still a 2-possession lead for Buffalo, if you're wondering about that series of downs. Dylan Drennan hanging this high. We'll see where the spot is, where it went out of bounds. And it is going to be spotted at the 34-yard line. So that's where this offense of head coach Jared Parker and the Troy Trojans will begin. They're down by 10. Do they cut into it more? Come on back and find out. So good to have you with us here at UB Stadium, home of the Buffalo Bulls. Michael Regai, Gerard Cherry, all of our ESPN crew. All right, Gerard, you know, we saw the starting quarterback of Buffalo, Taquan Roberson, start off very, very well today, but he has been down and without his helmet this entire second half.
Yeah, whenever you see a guy on a back bike, that tells you that things aren't right and he's trying to keep himself warm. And the passing yard should actually be doubled because he had a few drops take place as well.
Yeah, we haven't gotten anything definitive on him as Kilcrease is going to load it up deep. Looked like a little bit of contact there, and you see again that that receiver of Troy raising the right hand up to try to pull that down and wasn't able to do it as that was Ra Thomas trying to make that grab.
Yeah, and the coaching point for Ra here is, one, understand that the ball should come out to the outside shoulder. You should be looking outside anyway and not inside for that football. So it's little things like that that'll help his cause, but they obviously like him because they keep giving him chances.
Kilcrease, a lot of time off the play fake. Now he's going to put it down and use his legs. Got knocked down at the 40-yard line. Is in on that Buffalo Bulls hit. Kobe Stewart once again. Stewart got some help from Keontez Bradley. Pressure coming again. That pocket will fold up on Tucker Kilcrease, and he gets knocked down. They'll bring up fourth down now.
Yeah, and I like a play call in which you have Kilcrease in a situation where, one, he's able to run out of the pocket, and if there is somewhere to go, push the defenders down the field, he can pick it up with his legs or his arm.
So 4-down territory now, down 10 are the Troy Trojans with but 7 minutes left. That quick out, that is hauled in. First down, Mojo Dortch. I tell you what, Gerard, to me, Tucker Kilcrease throws the ball better when he's on the move,
as opposed to stationary
and when he's stationary in the pocket.
Yeah, now
you agree with me?
I would agree with that because that was an excellent throw right there.
Yeah, he put that on Dortch, delivered a strike. Now he's in the pocket again. But now I'm going to go back to the legs. First down, Tucker Kilcrease, the junior quarterback.
And this is the correct read on the part of Tucker. Okay, going down the football field, I'm surveying what I see, nothing there, put the burners on. That's exactly what he does and picks up a first down.
Yeah, move the sticks. Football at the 39-yard line of Buffalo on the left hash. There's a good look at this 205-pound judo out of Brantley, Alabama. Tucker Kilcrease trying to bring his football team back into this one. He'll put it up. Fire in the out. That is hauled in. He delivered another strike to Roman Mothershed. Great size, 6'5". He's pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line. But that's another first down. Move the sticks, Troy.
I love the way Mothershed comes back to the football, then tries to set the defender up for a move to pick up more yards. Great protection on the part of the offensive line, and that's close right there. In the NFL, that would probably be a penalty.
That was Junior Poyser. Poyser, the big defensive tackle who had that hit around the ankles. Quarterback Tucker Kilcrease. First down, I think it's first down at goal. Throw to the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. Ra Thomas and the Troy Trojans.
Redeems himself because he has had a atrocious second half with costly mistakes taking place. But right there, Ra gets the job done. Well done, my man, of catching that football. And Kilcrease once again shows you that velocity that he can put on the football by delivering a strike. 2-1 Ra Thomas.
The Troy Trojans, folks, they're hanging tough. And how? The PAT will cut their deficit to just 3 here. Renfro delivers it through the sticks. Don't look now. The Troy Trojans, couple of big touchdowns, have moved their way back to within just 3.
That's right, and it's nothing but here but a skinny post And he hits Ra Thomas in the back of the end zone for the TD. And Coach Limbo, you're now in a very curious situation because of the fact that you have not been willing to pass the football with your quarterback, Gunnar Gray. And it's a situation where the running game is not effective, and you do not want to put the ball back in the hands of Kilcrease and company, because if they do get it again, the score might be 21-17. So it's going to be very interesting, Michael, to see how Coach Limbo plays this out. Will he finally pass and allow Gunnar Gray to do just that?
Take a look at the numbers for Tucker Kilcrease. 140 today, but that's a big passing touchdown there. Non-returnable as his kick goes through the end zone. Now, Gerard, as we discussed Gunnar Gray, the fifth-year senior quarterback who came on following the injury to Taquan Robeson today. The fifth-year senior, so a lot of experience, but mainly, remember, offensive coordinator of Buffalo, Dave Patino, told us this week that we're very confident in how he understands our system. Well, you understand it, but you're going to have to show it now and put it in action. Play action. That quick throw didn't really have a chance to be completed.
Did not have a chance due to the pressure, and also give credit to the defender because they was draped on the back of the would-be catcher. But yeah, this is a situation where we have not seen that confidence per se, because, and you can make the argument in defense of Buffalo, where we're having success running the football. Why pass it? But that running game has been shut down in this fourth quarter.
You know, Buffalo wants to get Al-J. Henderson, one of the most elite running backs in college football, going. But now throwing that football deep up the right sideline, incomplete. It was intended for, was that Nick McMillan? Yeah, McMillan was a receiver that throw was up in the air for. McMillan had a little bit of separation, Gerard.
Yeah, McMillan just needs to do a better job of tracking the football and not falling to the ground, because it was a catchable pass. And now they find themselves in the obvious passing down.
How big a snap is this, partner, for the Buffalo Bulls?
It could be the determiner of the football game if they put that ball back, and if they aren't able to convert, and the Troy Trojans get back on the football field.
Yeah. All in the hands of Gunnar Gray, the backup quarterback. Gray is going to fire the out route. Too much on it.
Way too much.
It sailed over the head of his intended receiver, Patrick Flax.
You can just
a
feel
redshirt
the momentum
freshman.
shifting. It is completely on the side of the Troy Trojans right now, as they're anticipating their offense getting back on the football field.
Not a great deal of Troy Trojans fans here that have made the trip from Alabama, but they're loud.
Yeah, they're certainly representing.
Dylan Drennan to boot this football away. Line drive punt. That's fielded by Peyton Higgins. So, good field position, Gerard Cherry. Down by 3. And Troy's going to start this at their own 39-yard line.
That's right. And Tucker Kilcrease has turned it on in the second half. He's been running the football effectively. As you see, gets to the outside, gets in for the score as he beats the Buffalo Bulls defender to the goal line. And he's also been throwing the ball pretty well as he makes a play right here to Mothershed, who picks up some extra yardage. But not to be outdone when it matters most. Okay, let's get to that end zone. Bam! Gets Ra Thomas for the score.
Your head coach, Jared Parker, you got to feel pretty good about the way your quarterback Tucker Kilcrease is playing. Pocket broke down. He stepped through it and got 4 as he kept the football.
And that's going to be there all day. Keep running these receivers on decoy routes and allow Kilcrease to just simply pick up 3 to 4 yards or more every time.
Well, they moved it back to where he started the slide, so give him 3. Second down at 7 now from the 40-yard line. Kilcrease in a lot of trouble. Sack time, Buffalo. Buffalo got him there, is coming up to make that hit for the Buffalo Bulls off that defensive end spot.
Deion Crawford.
Yeah, Crawford came up off the edge and made the hit.
You got to give your quarterback some time.
3rd down and 12. I think still way too much time left for 4 down territory here. Let's see if Troy converts. Throwing the out. Nope, came up short. Not going to get there. Gilcrease is holding his head. He knew he had something there, but his throw came up short of receiver Roman Mothershed.
Yeah, he had multiple options on that. He decided to go to, and I've noticed this, he's thrown more to the left side of the football field as opposed to his right side, but had he taken a gander to the right, he would have saw that he had 2 receivers open and possibly able to get the 1st down. But there's still a lot of time left, because if this defense can pull another 3-and-out scenario, he will get himself back on the football field with a chance to take the lead.
Remember we were discussing timeouts
Yes, we
earlier. Remember that? And we
Yes.
said that this could come into play. Terrific boot. That's a terrific punt from Evan Crenshaw.
That was beautiful.
As that football spotted at the 10-yard line. The point we're making about timeouts, though, Troy used a couple that, hey, look, we're questionable.
Right, right.
You burn it. They were early to mid-3rd quarter.
Right.
They burned 2 of them there.
Right.
So now you only got 1 left, Gerard. Are you going to use it here maybe after you get a short Buffalo gain after 1st or 2nd down?
I don't think you need to, Michael, because they've had success throwing the football vertically. It comes down to a situation of if you need to get that field goal unit on the team, do you save it for that?
Sure. No, I got you.
But it starts right here. You got to shut them down.
You do. Run game, L.J. Henderson only got a couple. Let's call it 2nd and 8. I actually gave him a pretty good spot at that football. I think. Well, maybe not. I was right the first time. It's at the football is at the 12-yard line.
They call one of those long 3-yard runs.
Long 2, short 3.
Vice versa, right?
Yeah, we're inside. We're approaching 3.5 left now. 2nd down at 7. Backup quarterback Gunnar Gray of Buffalo. Stay with the ground game.
And you should know, if you're the Trojans, they're not going to pass the football. They don't trust him. That being Gunnar Gray, because they're not allowing him to throw the football. Now, he could surprise us all and throw it right here, but we have not really seen him take chances or get the opportunity to throw the football.
I'm going to tell you, we're going to find out what kind of confidence that head coach Pete Lembo and his offensive coordinator Dave Patnaud have in Gunnar Gray here. I mean, this is 3rd and 5 now. You're trying to protect a 3-point lead, but Gerard, I mean, you don't pick up this 1st down. That punt would come from around your goal line if you're Buffalo. We'll see. 3rd down and 5. Line to make at the 20.
Oh, you got to catch that.
Throw was incomplete. As the intended receiver, as quarterback Gunnar Gray. Let's watch Gray's throw.
Yeah, it was an accurate throw. Accurate throw.
Very
the problem
accurate
is
throw.
it was too much on it. You got to put that receiver position. And granted, it hit his hands. He needs to catch it. But still, you got to take something off of that ball when you're throwing it.
Josiah Gaithing. So as I said, the punt is going to come from probably around the 4-yard line. By the time it leaves the right foot, we'll make it the 5. Fair catch.
Oh!
He fumbled the football. The usually sure-handed, reliable Peyton Higgins did not secure the fair catch, but fortunately for Higgins and his Troy Trojans, he got back on it.
He's like, okay, I can catch it when I have I can't catch it when there's pressure, but right here, no one's in his face, and he muffs it, but fortunately enough for him, he was able to get on it. But he's done much more difficult catches throughout the course of this game. Again, I see why he doesn't fair catch it. That's going to occur. Keep on doing what you do, my man, which is take the shots when fielding punts.
Midfield stripe. That's where Tucker Gilcrease and Troy will start. They've got 1 timeout with 2 minutes, 33 seconds left on this 1st down call. Not much there at all. Maybe a yard for running back.
Interesting. Having so much success passing the football or allowing Gilcrease to run it.
And that was Tay Meadows on the carries. Well, Meadows back in the football game now. Hadn't been in the last few possessions.
Right there.
Gilcrease came underneath. That is caught. Trey Taylor made the grab. Taylor's inside the 40. That's a first down for Troy.
And if you get the 2-minute warning here, or timeout here, but here's the thing for the Trojans. Do these layer routes. Someone's going to be open. Go with a couple guys vertical and a couple guys horizontal and take what the defense gives you. There's plenty of time to march down this football field and score.
Don't go anywhere. Buffalo, precarious 3-point lead. Troy's got the football when we come back. How about the resiliency of that man, head coach Jared Parker and his Troy Trojans today, Gerard. They're trying to put together a point-producing drive here. 3 would tie it. 6-7 going to give them the lead.
Going back to the Nicholls State game, they've been known for starting off slow and finishing strong. So
and they've got a first down as Tucker Kilcrease kept the football behind the blocks of his center, Paul Bowling, and that NFL prospect right guard, Matt Henry. A svelte 360-pound Matt Henry. Back to the ground game. Going to run that inside RPO with Tay Meadows. You know, Meadows took the football inside the 35 to the 34. Boy, I'm a little surprised they're going quickly here. Be that as it may, Kilcrease loads it up end zone. Contact there, but it sailed over the outstretched arms of Ra Thomas. Incomplete.
Ra, you have to turn to the outside. Expect the ball to come on the outside shoulder, not the inside, because if the quarterback's throwing it inside, that's a badly thrown ball.
Partner, how many times have Ra turned inside today? That's at least 3, I think.
That has been the case. You have to turn outside. That's where the ball's supposed to be. Definitely not on the inside, because if it's inside, chance there's an interception.
This Buffalo crowd now up for their defense. This is 3rd down and 5. The line to make is at the 29 of Buffalo. Tucker Kilcrease. Run game. Got it blocked. did center Paul Bowling and NFL prospect Matt Henry at the right guard. They got it blocked, and Tay Meadows said, "I'll do the rest." First down, Troy.
Right, but at some point they're going to take a shot to the end zone or set for a field goal.
Running clock, Kilcrease. There's your end zone
that's
shot.
an interception.
Almost got picked off. It was intended for Peyton Higgins, and it got broken up, and that play out of the secondary. Montez Bradley made a terrific, look at Bradley.
And it's an easy read for Bradley because what is Kilcrease doing? He's staring at the receiver. They're in zone, so if they're playing zone, he has to realize you can't pinpoint your receiver. You have to look away and then come back.
17-14 Buffalo, minute and 16 left. Again, out of that gun, they'll run the football, will the Troy Trojans. Tay Meadows, their top back. Every downhill guy, very secure with the football. 3rd and 4, less than a minute left. Field goal team probably getting ready. They want the first down. They got the first down.
Get more than that.
Into the house. Tay Meadows, touchdown.
Wow.
Troy's Trojans delivering a hammer here late 4th quarter with 45 seconds left.
And have completely taken control of this football game. They became multi-dimensional on the offensive side of the ball while Buffalo became one-dimensional, only running the football, and now we see a change in the score. And for the first time today, the Troy Trojans take the lead with a chance to extend it to 4 points.
20-yard burst to the house. This extra point is big. Takes the field goal potentially away from Buffalo. Add that extra point. What a tremendous, that's winning football, folks. I mean, again, regardless of whom you're rooting for here, that's playing winning football. You're down by 3. You know you got one drive left, and they housed it with the run game with Tay Meadows.
All right, look at that gaping hole right there. He runs through, sees daylight, and finds pay dirt at the same time. And for Buffalo, not much you can do. If you get a gaping hole like that with a physical runner like Meadows, it's going to be hard to bring him down once he picks up full speed.
And with starting quarterback of Buffalo, Taquan Robeson, down and missing this entire second half.
That's been the difference.
Yep, Gunnar Gray, the 5th-year senior, the transfer from Mesa Junior College in California, is now going to be the man who is looked at to put together a, forget about a 2-minute drive, a 45-second drive.
With all timeouts.
And getting in the end zone to try to get his football team the win. They'll start from the 25. All right, so if you're Buffalo, you got what? You got 2 timeouts left, 45 seconds to play with, and you're playing with your backup quarterback, and you need a touchdown.
Well, one of the things we know, this backup quarterback certainly has velocity with his passes. The question becomes touch. And can he get an accurate throw off? Because they're going to have to pass this football with 45 seconds left. He cannot depend on the run. And hopefully the offensive line for the Bulls fans are able to hold up as well. But if you're the Trojans, you are pinning your ears back and you're trying to get after the quarterback.
Well, can Gunnar Gray go a long way to cement his stature with this Buffalo football team? Going to put it up middle. It is hauled in. He delivered a strike. That clock will stop momentarily. That football was down after the catch as Gray fired a bullet to Chance Morrow, who made that grab.
And that's a great way to start it with a big possession play right there.
Chance Morrow, big catch from the 45-yard line of Buffalo. 30 seconds left. Gray will throw the quick out. First down and more. After the catch, backing his way about 8 more yards for the Buffalo Bulls. Again, that's Chance Morrow making that grab. Let me correct myself. It was Victor Snow on the catch. Snow made the grab. 38 seconds left. Remember now, again, as we told, A field goal is not a part of this equation here.
No, sir.
Down by 4 are the Buffalo Bulls, but I tell you what, how about the way Gunnar Gray has stepped up and delivered 2 darts for strikes to move the sticks.
Yeah, it was a struggle at first, but when his team needed him to make some plays via passing, he has certainly delivered thus far. And there's still a spot to where you're going to have to take a shot towards the end zone at some point here.
Last week, take a look at Victor Snow. Snow, of course, in what turned out to be the win at Kent State. Inside a minute left, down by 4, Victor Snow made that grab on the corner route for the touchdown. Does he or one of his teammates have that in him again? Gray gonna load it up deep to the end zone.
Oh, you got to catch that. They're not going to give you that.
Of Chance Morrow. And Morrow could not haul it in. Look at the defensive coverage there.
Right, and Chance is asking for a penalty. They're not going to bail you out with that. You got to bring that in, Chance. That's your chance to make a play. You got to come down with that. But great play on the part of the defensive back for the Troy Trojans of knocking it out of his hand at the last second.
Kalino Levine.
And yes, he was
Give
draped
the
on his
young man
back.
a play.
Yeah, he was draped on his back, but they're not going to call that.
No. (21-17) Troy. A lot of time now that that pocket broke down as Gunnar Gray's throw
And at this point,
was
Gunnar
incomplete.
At this point, Gunnar head towards the end zone. That's only going to help your cause. Nothing in the middle of the football field is going to help.
Well, Buffalo offensively going with 4 wide receivers and, of course, L.J. Henderson.
Yeah, and what I would like to see in a situation like this is your biggest receiver, sure-handed receiver, isolate him to one side and have the other 3 guys run down the football field.
2 plays? Probably got time for 2.
If that.
Be tough to squeeze 3 out of it. Gray to put it up. Came underneath and is caught. Did he go down too quickly? Or are they going to give him the first down? L.J. Henderson hauled it in. Well, Troy's sideline is trying to say, wait a minute, he wasn't at the sticks.
Yeah, it is close.
Which means you got no timeouts left. The clock should keep running.
Yeah, that was.
Did they have 1 left?
We still haven't got a sign if it's a first down or not, so we're waiting to determine that. But right now, we still see.
Yeah, we'll just wait and see.
Third and short.
Yeah, they spotted the football.
4th and short now.
They spotted the football at the 28-yard line of Troy in this 21-17 Troy Trojans lead. For that man, head coach Jared Parker.
Well, the coaching point's really simple here on the defensive side. Keep everything in front of you and knock it down. Do not allow anyone to body you up like it's a basketball rebound. And if you're the Buffalo Bulls, that's exactly what you're thinking. Who are my sure-handed receivers? Put them in a position to where they can make a play in the end zone. I do not foresee any type of horizontal routes taking place right now.
Remember, this is 4th down now.
Yeah, on top of that.
If they don't pick up any yardage, this football game's done. You talk about the end zone, but they've got to make sure they get more than 1 play if necessary. Got to pick up a first down to do it. And now we get a Troy timeout.
And obviously they're calling a timeout to see what they're doing on the offensive side from a formation standpoint. There are no more timeouts, so now we must play ball.
21-17 Troy, 8 ticks left.
Now you can get a quick out and still have a couple seconds left.
Well, you can.
So that's part of the process, but I got a feeling they're going to go end zone.
I think, Gerard, you pretty much have to. I mean, if somehow you threw the football, I mean, what?
Well,
incomplete, and even with 8 seconds left, you don't have any timeouts left. They're going to stop the clock quickly, but if they got the first down, you still have to get lined up and get ready to snap.
Right, and though he's been really good in this drive, Gray has not shown much on the touch on the shorter passes, so I don't know if you want to take that chance either.
Gunnar Gray, the backup for Taquan Roberson, is taking over now. 8 seconds left. Buffalo down by 4, 21-17. 4th and 1 for Gunnar Gray. Gray to put it up. Lofts it end zone. It is batted down with 3 ticks left. Football over on downs to the Troy Trojans, who look very much like they've come in here to UB Stadium and come from behind to potentially win it.
Right, and you have the isolation, but why not put him to one side by himself? Why draw more attention to your tall receiver? And right there, he's playing DB more than he's playing receiver. Go after the football, try to catch it. No point in trying to knock it down. You try to catch it.
So head coach Jared Parker and his Troy Trojans in victory formation. Yeah, this is ultimate victory formation.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker.
Get this snap off clean, and this one is over. Troy has come back and absolutely stunned the homestanding Buffalo Bulls with this 21-17 win, as Tucker Kilcrease, the quarterback of Troy, led the comeback, and some strong defense in the 4th quarter by the Trojans as well.
Yeah, when Tucker needed to turn it on, get on the right track, he certainly did that and brought his team back from the depths of defeat to steal one from the Buffalo Bulls. Great effort on his part, and showed you, Michael, you have to play the game till the end.
You got it, Parker. Partner, no question about it. So it's Troy that comes up with this 4th quarter decisive comeback to win it over Buffalo. From a partner, Gerard Cherry, our producer, Darren Chiappetta, our director, Sidney Boxell, and all of the crew, I'm Michael Regai. Troy beats Buffalo by 4. Hope you enjoyed it. So long.